Long before dinosaurs thundered across the earth, and even before trees covered the land, a different kind of predator dominated the planet. Not on land, but in the sea. Over 430 million years ago, during the Silurian period, the ancestors of scorpions emerged in the shallow coastal waters of a very different Earth. At the time, life existed almost entirely in the ocean. The land was barren, lifeless rock and mud. But in the seas, it was a world of alien creatures. One of the most impressive of these were the eurypterids, or sea scorpions. Though not direct ancestors, these arthropods were close cousins to modern scorpions. Some grew to be over 8 feet long, giant, armor-plated monsters that glided through the water with paddled limbs, hunting trilobites, early fish, and other invertebrates. But while the sea scorpions were busy dominating the oceans, another lineage, smaller, less obvious, was preparing for something revolutionary: life on land. By the late Silurian to early Devonian, certain arthropods began to transition out of the water and onto land. Among the very first of these pioneers were scorpion-like creatures, the earliest known air-breathing predators. Fossils like Paleophoneus show clear signs of this transition. It had book lungs, a type of respiratory organ adapted from gills, that allowed it to absorb oxygen from the air. This was a monumental shift. For the first time, animals were no longer confined to the oceans. These early scorpions weren't roaming deserts just yet. They likely stayed close to the shore, creeping along damp environments where they hunted springtails, mites, and other primitive arthropods. Their exoskeletons protected them from desiccation, and their strong legs allowed them to crawl across uneven terrain. Imagine a lifeless rocky coast with only fungi and moss clinging to the stone. And then, crawling from a tide pool, a glint of movement. A scorpion steps forward, its stinger arched, its pincers open. This was the beginning of an evolutionary experiment that would never end. As the Devonian and Carboniferous periods unfolded, Earth's climate became more humid and oxygen-rich. Massive forests of towering club mosses, ferns, and horsetails emerged, creating complex ecosystems filled with new prey and new challenges. Scorpions adapted quickly. They diversified, expanded, and some even grew to enormous sizes thanks to the abundance of oxygen. Fossilized specimens from this era measure nearly 70 centimeters long, as big as a house cat. These ancient scorpions were ambush predators lying in wait under rotting logs or inside thick foliage. Their bodies were armored, their pincers muscular, and their tails tipped with deadly stingers, a combination of brute force and biological precision. Their eyes also improved. Unlike most insects, scorpions developed a pair of forward-facing median eyes, capable of detecting shadows and shapes, as well as up to 5 pairs of lateral eyes to sense ambient light, allowing them to hunt in near-complete darkness. These were not mindless bugs. They were the original night stalkers, optimized for silent, patient hunting. Earth is no stranger to disaster. Over the last 500 million years, life has been repeatedly tested by catastrophe. From asteroid impacts to volcanic winters, from sudden climate shifts to runaway greenhouse effects. Scorpions have endured all 5 major mass extinction events. They survived the Permian-Triassic extinction 252 million years ago, when over 90% of life on Earth vanished. They persisted through the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, which killed off the dinosaurs. They even weathered the harsh fluctuations of the ice ages, when glaciers covered huge parts of the planet. How did they do it? Through a combination of evolutionary design and behavioral flexibility. Scorpions are metabolic minimalists. Many species can survive for months without food. They store water efficiently, reproduce with low energy costs, and can slow their metabolism when conditions get tough. Some species even give live birth and carry their young on their backs, improving the odds of survival in harsh environments. While giant reptiles perished and massive mammals came and went, the scorpion quietly endured, hiding under rocks, waiting patiently for the earth to calm down. Today, there are more than 2,500 described species of scorpions, with new ones being discovered almost every year. They can be found in deserts, rainforests, grasslands, caves, and even high-altitude mountain regions. Each species is finely adapted to its habitat. The deathstalker scorpion thrives in blistering Saharan heat, hunting insects with pinpoint venom. The emperor scorpion, one of the largest, prefers the moist leaf litter of West African jungles. Some species live in total darkness in deep caves, where they've evolved complete blindness. Others hunt at elevations above 3,000 meters, surviving freezing temperatures and thin air. Despite their fearsome appearance, most scorpions are shy and solitary. They avoid confrontation, use their venom sparingly, and only sting when threatened or hunting. And yes, their bodies glow under ultraviolet light, thanks to fluorescent compounds in their exoskeletons. Scientists still debate why. Some believe it helps with light detection, camouflage, or even mating behavior. Every scorpion has venom, but not all venom is created equal. Over millions of years, different species have evolved highly targeted venom types. Some are optimized for insects, others for lizards or mammals. The most potent venoms can cause paralysis or even death within minutes. Only about 25 to 30 species pose serious danger to humans. Most stings feel like a bee sting or less. But for small prey, scorpion venom is incredibly effective. It acts fast, conserving energy and reducing injury risk during hunts. In recent years, researchers have discovered that scorpion venom contains unique peptides with powerful medical potential. Some compounds have shown promise in killing cancer cells, treating autoimmune disorders, combating bacterial infections. From predator to potential healer, the scorpion's sting may one day save lives. A remarkable twist in its evolutionary story. Scorpions are not relics of the past. They're not leftovers from a forgotten age. They are active survivors, finely tuned by 500 million years of trial and error. They've outlived mass extinctions, continental drift, climate collapse, and the rise of every major predator on Earth. They've endured not by dominating, but by adapting, shrinking when needed, hiding when necessary, and always evolving. Even in the modern age, as humans reshape the planet, scorpions persist. Some species are thriving in urban environments. Others remain hidden in unexplored ecosystems, waiting to be discovered. They are the silent sentinels of deep time, armored, patient, and almost indestructible. The scorpion's story is not just about danger, it's about resilience, about the power of nature to endure and the incredible ways life finds to survive. And in the shadows, they're still watching,